Elden Ring is lower than Nioh 3? Oh, as far as concurrent players? Yeah, that's not surprising. I mean, Elden Ring's been out a while. I do need to go back and play the DLC for it. Is he stuck? I think he's aggroed, but he's broken. Okay. Holy cow, just saw something. Wait, no way. Duskbloods is a Nintendo Switch 2 exclusive? No way. Okay, well, I guess we won't be playing that. That's why. Well, Nintendo had to have forked over some insane money for that. That is crazy. That is crazy. Talk about crippling your income for the dev. Wow. Nintendo had to have offered them a mind-blowing amount of money for that. That's absolutely insane. Duskblood supports up to 8 players? You're assuming anyone that says dead game is either they can't beat the first boss in the demo or their device is not compatible? 100%. Yeah. Or they've never played the game whatsoever. Yep. 8 players playing together on Switch. That's... Okay. Wow. That's gonna flop so hard. Wow. I cannot believe that. That is insane. Players choose from over a dozen vampire-like characters known as Bloodsworn. It's not even a... Okay, it's a FromSoft game, though, right? The people that made Elden Ring and all of that? Is that... Oh, no. Did they make Night Rain and then decide to make a Night Rain-esque game for the Switch? Oh my god, wow, that is depressing news. That's horribly depressing. I can't, wow. Wow. That's bonkers. That is bonkers. It's From Software's first game exclusive to a Nintendo home console since Lost Kingdoms 2 in 2003. Insane. My mind is actually blown right now. I cannot comprehend that.
Extended their reach into Kyoto. It's nowhere safe
Well,
anymore.
that's one less game to play. One less game to play. I'm not going to be touching that with a 10-foot pole. Mm-mm. For one, I don't have a Switch 2. But for two, yeah. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That is unbelievable. They probably gave From Software that money because Capcom basically said to them, Wilds on Switch isn't happening. We aren't magicians, and we can't optimize this game to run on such a potato. I'm surprised more devs haven't said that. Like Final Fantasy VII Remake, for instance, on the Switch 2. Like, I don't understand why they keep forcing these higher end games onto the Switch. Like, I will give Nintendo credit where credit is due. They are still selling Switches like hotcakes. They're making the money. But I feel like because they're demanding all these devs create games for their system, I feel like they're hampering the games that the devs are making, because the devs are having to put in special things and code in a certain way so that it can run on the Switch too. It's like somebody coding a PC game for current gen and then telling them they also need to code for a Nintendo 64. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Now, that's a bit of an extreme comparison there, because obviously the Nintendo 64 is less powerful than the Switch 2, but that's what it feels like. Like a high-end chef being told to make a meal you can microwave. Yeah. Yep. Insanity, man. Absolutely insanity. Hey, that heal from behind actually worked. Nice, dude. Oh, I did not get my counter off. Dude, look at our healing. Holy crap. Wow. Okay, so we're off, but at this point, it doesn't matter. Wow. Wow. Transformed Art Heavenly Strike combo. Okay. That was crazy. That was crazy. Xbox Series S was the same. Held back Baldur's Gate 3's release on Xbox for ages because they had to basically gimp all the fidelity out of their game to make it run on such a low-end hardware. And Microsoft wouldn't let BG3 come to Xbox until they got it running on the Series S. So silly. Dude, Microsoft's another company. I don't understand their thought process. So they did, Game Pass, which effectively, and then they pushed it as effectively a replacement for Xbox. Then they complained that they weren't selling enough Xboxes. And now they're saying that everything is an Xbox. So at this point, if they come out with like an Xbox to combat the PS6, I don't understand their thought process. Like, at this point, they've pushed everyone to PCs, because why would you buy an Xbox when you can just buy a computer and play all the same Xbox games? I mean, I'm no business expert, but that just seems really backwards to me. Like, I guess they're pushing towards the subscription model, and they don't care about sales of consoles, because subscription models will pay more over time. That's probably the business angle. They've fallen far from the days when you could replace the CPU in the original Xbox. The SKU up to increase in performance. I had an old original Xbox that I got modded to have like 20,000. Like, it had arcade games, SNES, all that stuff. I think my buddy has it still. Yeah, Nintendo definitely takes the cake as the most confusing. Definitely takes the cake. Okay, can we... I think we can go over here, unlock this, and go. I think Nintendo is still riding on the high of, like, we've sold more consoles than anybody else. Like, yes, but your system is like 10 years behind in technology. Like, yes, it's, you know, mobile or whatever, but I don't know. I don't know. Their whole business just confuses me. Zach, thank you. Anyway, I can't believe they I can't believe they did an exclusive for Duskbloods. That's wild. That's wild. And it sounds like it's going to be exactly like Night Rain, which is even crazier. I'm more baffled by the fact that it's up to 8 people. The original Switch got a 40% performance boost if you replaced the black shell with a copper milled one for proper heat dissipation. Really? Not only is the tech old, but the design is bad too. Yeah. Yeah. I've had, so I have the original Switch. And I have gotten my money's worth out of it. I have played the crap out of it. But what I've played on it is things like Slay the Spire, or Final Fantasy Tactics, or, you know, the older games that actually run well on the system, and it's more of a kickback, chill on the couch kind of a thing. I have not tried to ever play anything fancy on it because I know it just won't handle it. But I've had I think 2 docks die. I've not had any controller drift yet on the Joy-Cons, but I don't use the Joy-Cons all that often, so that's probably why. But have they improved the design at all with the Switch 2? I know they made the guts slightly better. 10 minutes here. What are you hiding back here, buddy? Oh, before I die and lose all these souls. Sudama? What's up, bro? Shadowclad. When a shadow art is used, cloak your weapon in the element corresponding to that shadow art. Increases the stock of the ninjutsu that you have used to defeat an enemy by 1. What? So if I kill somebody with a kunai, it just gives me 1 kunai back? Or is it a permanent increase to how many kunai I have? Probably the former. Regarding a little guy. An item? Do we have any way to get up there and surprise them? Yes. Yes, we do. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe not. I was thinking maybe we could get on the roof, but it does not seem so. It'd be too OP. Ninja already making everything easy. True. True. It is kind of wild that, like, if I'm struggling with a boss, I can just shift to Ninja and do, like, a quarter of their health bar just throwing bombs. Alright. Head on, I guess. Ow. Crucible saws. Handbook blinding shell. Cool. That's your crucible there. This is a totally different area, which then links to this area and this area. Our next big target. We have two small areas here. This is probably where we'll come after lunch. Probably hit these two areas here. We'll see. Five minutes. I'll see if I can do this crucible in 5 minutes. Alright, fight this guy. Your weapons and samurai scale with skill, and your ninjutsu will get some more power from all that ninjutsu power. So one thing I actually want to try was only putting things into skill for the ninjutsu power and the proficiency power. Because I don't know exactly what we see here. Okay. It affects damage dealt, but it doesn't tell you by what percent. If the proficiency arts damage increase from that is super low, then I may just take it out. Although, to be honest, the ninjutsu has saved me in a few boss fights. Let's do my combos. Shoot. It's fine. Is it just a bonk throw? No, it's a bonk. Oh no. Okay, this is a terrible combo. I don't like this at all. We're gonna have to pull out the stops for this. Oh. Okay. It was done way easier than I was expecting. Okay. Skill also increases martial arts damage. Yes. Yes. Which is why I was putting points into it. Since it did ninjutsu and martial arts. But again, we don't know what kind of percentile we're working with. Like, it could be such an insignificant amount that it doesn't matter at all. I'm caught up to you already? Mubby. I'm probably not getting anywhere near story, if that's of any comfort. Because I think after lunch, I'm gonna either do these 2 zones, or these 2. Wait, these 3. These 2. And all these side quests. So won't be stepping near any spoilers anytime soon. Although I guess technically everywhere is spoilers if you haven't been there, right? Nice. Another warrior's text. Excellent. I am about to break for some exercise and lunch, though, so... if we can pick up this quest. Rude. No kids tonight, so you got 4 hours after work? Nice.
Sakamoto held onto that envelope until his death, so it must be important. What's that? Sweet smell. Huh? We're surrounded by yokai! Take this and go!
Damn it! They took Sakamoto's letter!
Oh, no, that was a quest. Okay. Where'd Tahima go? Great. We do not have time to grab these campus, so let's go turn this in. Speaking of Scampus. We bought stuff from this guy. Oh, your little feet are cold. Why are your feet so cold? Have I done the mission where Jackie Chan leads you around for a minute? Yes. Yes. We started it anyway. I think he's up here now. Yeah.
One of the stolen items was a letter of Leoma's. I don't know what was written in it, but it may have contained loyalist secrets. I also gathered some
like her
information
boots.
on those rumors.
Those look cool.
The Shinsengumi members that withdrew from Omiya apparently met their end around Sanjo. One of them in particular seems to have attracted vast numbers of yokai. Strange indeed. The Shinsengumi should know how to handle yokai. We might find Leoma's letter if we head there, but it seems there are still yokai lurking in the area. Make sure you're properly prepared, and then meet me in Sanjo.
He kept getting stuck on the roof at the first stop. You had to restart the game twice? Oh no. I'm very confused by her outfit. She has like a corset on over her... I don't know the proper term for that. clothing. But yeah, that's
We were
very strange.
blind.
Okay. Okay. Quick check here of some gear. Oaklad? What was that? And Jutsu Link is 2. Shadowclad is 5. Oh, cloak your weapon in the element. That's actually pretty cool. That gives you a lot of elemental play without having to use Nioh items. I like that. Very cool. Ninja has so many crazy things. Ringer. Wild. Okay, quick look at gear before we gotta go. Backbone is skill. There were some nerfs happening in Nioh 2. I'm surprised they're still doing any changes whatsoever to that game. They might do it here too. What are the nerfs? Hey, thanks, Chris. Yeah, I'm gonna grab some, force myself to do some exercise and grab some lunch. Inflict more pain upon myself. In the true masochist. The masocore way. As is proper. Life drain, quick attack, water damage, melee key consumption. Let's lock that. We need one more point of intellect for that. Okay. Very tempting. In fact, I think we will get the 1 point in intellect for that. They want players to be in agony. I'm kind of wondering if they do that to this game just because so many people are out there saying this game is too easy. Just be like, alright, well now that you've all bought it and you're invested, let's just ruin your day. Alright, chat. That's going to do it for the morning stream. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Thank you for stopping by. I'll be back in about 2 hours at 1:15 p.m. ET. We're going to play a full afternoon of this. I'm going to go grab some lunch, some exercise somehow, and then we'll be back. So yeah, if I don't see you for the afternoon stream, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, evening, afternoon, morning, wherever you are. And I'll see you next time for more fun and games. Bye-bye.